really looking at me. Like they weren't really aware of what I was doing. So like maybe they were distracted with my team, and then I would use the coach gun to get to a high ground, and then they would just kind of leave me alone. And then those are the times I get a lot of value. Um, so I try to look at I try to think to myself, are they gonna see me, when I do this right now, and then come over here. Um, I'm not always right most of the time, but that's basically my thought process. Is I just think to myself, is this punishable? I played 4 games of the new season. Um, last night
Mhm.
or yesterday. So like 2 in the afternoon and then 2 in the night. Went pretty decently, but this one I think right here was the map wasn't very good for like there's not a whole lot of space. I guess I mean there is somewhat, but
Mm,
it
mhm.
was a ball and a Genji that I played against on this map. I don't know if you want to take a look if I
Yeah,
could.
I would be curious. I think if you struggle versus divers mostly, I think we can definitely take a look at that. And that is something we mentioned in the summary to playing versus divers. This is going to be your
Mm-hmm.
typical problem, but it's highly
Yeah.
reliant on understanding the matchup, and it's also relying on your awareness. In this case, if you
Mm.
have a good awareness, you're able to scout for the information quite well. I think you should be okay. But yeah, let's let's see. We can just go over some of those games there. Yeah, let's see. Hit
Mm-hmm.
this one
and
here.
then
Okay.
and then yeah, just trying to give more thought to controlling angles. That one has been pretty helpful too. Like if I have a good angle, just try and take cover, everything I can to stay there for as long as I can. Especially if it's a really good one.
Nice. That's great. Can you see my stream just fine? Is it working for you?
Yep, working good.
Nice. Perfect. So who specifically was punishing you here? Is it just enemy Genji? Oh, enemy Genji and Bull, it seems. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah, those they would take turns, yeah. But
okay.
whenever I had the coach gun, I would usually live. But if I didn't, or if they kind of dive me simultaneously, I would die.
Yeah, let's watch what he do. So it's just normal initial poke. There's no much time to exactly get in the angle, but
Hmm.
okay. I just want to ask you in general, is there is anything specific you want to look for in terms of your position, maybe your resource management when looking to play versus divers?
For my resources, I would say I would say the most important thing is the coach gun, right?
Definitely,
Is
yeah.
that which?
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Like using it to like when I get dived, use a coach gun to push them back, and then hopefully get some heals for my team. That way I can survive.
Sounds good. Yeah. So it's just for the time when they dive you. Yeah, let's say they
Hmm.
engage you, you have an escape, you can maybe use a coach gun. I think mostly that's about it. You can maybe use cover as well to your advantage, like verticality.
Hmm.
Maybe if there are some characters which are missing this verticality, you can maybe bait them, play around the cover quite well, maybe bait them to go on you, and then you can go back up. But I
Hmm.
think yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is one layer when they dive you. But what about before? Before they actually get to you, what can you do as well? What do you usually do?
Before they get to me, I'll try and find a decent position and poke maybe. Um, a lot of times the ball, I think it's important to shoot the ball before he comes to me, but a lot of times it doesn't do a whole lot. I don't want to really invest. Maybe I should, but a lot of times I don't invest the dynamite into the ball when he's not near me, simply because I think maybe
Mhm.
it's better used on the back line.
Yeah,
But
typically.
hmm but I was
Mhm.
just thinking maybe just some poke damage before they come here. Is that something important?
Yeah, I think that's mainly what we're looking for. I think because we're trying to be proactive, not exactly investing most of our resources, most of our cooldowns in the time when they dive you, but rather trying to just force out stuff. Yeah, that's something what I
Hmm.
talked about a lot all the time is just making sure that if you shoot something, for example, if you shoot the Genji or you shoot that ball, maybe the Genji can be forced to use his D flag, the ball can be forced to use his shields, for example. I think it's
Mhm.
really important. What do you do beforehand? So the only question is, I think that two things, yeah, just shooting, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's reasonable. Maybe we can shoot divers. By the way, if you look at their team, the only way they win, I think, is eventually if they get on top of you, if they kind of just
Mhm.
run you
Yep.
over. You have
Mhm.
this Hazard. He is kind of brawl dive hybrid tank, in my opinion. He is
Mhm.
leaning more towards the brawl because there's a lot of sustain. He does not have as much mobility, but the rest of your backline, I think most of your backline is really those squishy characters. They're mostly focusing
Mhm.
on long range pressure. You, Anna, Hilary, Venture is more of a short range flank hero, but this is, I think, the only way typically when you play versus divers, how they win is get on top of you. So there's a lot of things you
Mhm.
have to do beforehand when just trying to poke them, but then the question is, what is the best position for you to take? What's your thoughts? Is it the best position for you to be at here if we're trying to prevent their dive, or can we be anywhere else? What do you think?
If I'm trying to prevent their dive,
Mm-hmm.
well, I think we talked about the poke damage, so I think on paper, I think I would say maybe the best would be like the left side of the point, kind of, in the high ground, maybe.
The left side of the
Um,
point. So he's just sitting in here, kind of.
yeah, maybe maybe do some poke damage on the
Hmm.
Genji, and then if he dives me, I'm one coach gun away. So I can use that to get back, maybe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, because here's the thing: we also don't want to get punished, right? We don't want to get punished
Mm-hmm.
by those guys. And I'm thinking, what is the advantage of this position? Let's start with that. Okay, why this
Uh,
position seems better, maybe compared to this? Because maybe this angle is also good, but yeah, what do you think?
it's more wide open. It's on the high ground.
Exactly.
Mhm. Can kind of see everything going on that's going on in the fight, I would say.
Exactly, exactly. I think to me, at least this position here is just you can control more open space. That is usually what you want to do versus divers. We're trying to
Hmm.
just shoot them away. Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah.
control this high gun. The question is, how do we get there? Yeah, is it possible? So you use your coach gun before. This is 3 seconds
Hmm.
now. Hmm. We also don't exactly know what they have, so I'm thinking
Hmm.
because here initial poke might make sense, but then you want to kind of find the time to rotate towards this high ground. When is a good time to do so then for you in this case? What do you think? Because we don't know
Mm,
exactly what's going on, but once you see this, once you hear ball, you probably can make that decision, right? It's just,
hmm.
what do you think? If you use
Mm.
your coach gun now to reposition, is it something? What's gonna be okay-ish here, or can you be punished?
I would say I'd probably get punished. I think. Um, but I don't know where the Genji is, but I think. Well, I mean, my team is on the left side, so if I use it to go to the high ground, I think I'd probably be okay because the Ana and the Hazard is close.
Mm-hmm.
If I go right, I think I'd probably definitely get punished. But
Because we're kind of too isolated. Yeah, this is, I think
mm,
the rest of the team they also go the left side too. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But let's say we use Coach Gun there. What is the concern? Why you might get punished? What is that about?
Mm, if I coach gun to the left right now, I think the worst thing that could happen is the ball and the Genji just push me. But the Ana's there. She might have her nade. She might
Mm-hmm.
have her sleep. So I think honestly, I probably should have did that right here. I think.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of I think to make sure survive in the angle versus divers. Okay, let's name it that. To be able, yeah, to be able to survive. The most important, well, definitely what your team is doing. I think this is something you want to keep an eye on for sure. We don't want to be
Mhm.
too isolated when we
Mhm.
taking an angle. Okay, let's just say yeah, taking angles. It's typically trying to be softer. Yeah, you and generally
Mhm.
speaking, as Ashe, I don't think you can do quite a lot if you separate it from the rest of your team versus divers. It's gonna be, even if they invest all the abilities, they
Mm-hmm.
probably will kill you even from this range, from really really far. So I'm thinking, yeah, this might be okay. Yeah, we can just take an angle here, but the thing is, you need to track what the enemies are doing. Yeah, it's just the this part, what team can do is a big helper, but how do you understand if this guy can actually punish you? What is based on? How do you know if the ball can punish you? How do you know if this Genji can punish you? What is that about?
Mm, well, I would say first their position, like how close are they to me? And then the second
Hmm.
thing I would say is their cooldowns probably. So if I saw the Genji use his dash, then maybe I know that I can take an aggressive position because there'd be a moment where he can't push me.
Sure,
With the ball, maybe it's the pile driver, but I think it's probably a really fast cooldown, right? Like it comes back quickly,
sure. Well, it's kind of
or is it? I
it's
don't know.
it's
I don't
it's
play
it's
ball.
kind of the cooldown is it's just
Oh wow.
yeah, so it's this amount. So they also use their shields too. That is something you can keep an eye on sometimes if they do,
Mm,
because you're poking them. Maybe this is a big help too. But this one is engagement tool, definitely more offensive. 8 seconds. That is something kind of similar to your coach gun. The dash is a
mhm.
shorter, I believe. Yeah, it's 7 or 6 seconds now, but yeah, it's shorter. But anyway, for you to keep an eye on abilities, if they use something,
Okay.
then yeah, if they use something, you have more freedom. I think this is
Hmm.
one. And the range, really, if they are short range, then it's scary, but the short range has to be with abilities, I think. So I'm just gonna write down, can I be
Okay.
punished based on cooldowns plus their range? Okay, so this moment,
Mm.
what's your thoughts? Can you be punished in this case then? If the Genji's over there, the bow used the slam, they use the shields too.
I'd say I absolutely cannot be punished because they have no resources to punish me right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And here
Mm.
we go. We just want to keep implementing those two things,
Okay.
which we mentioned before as well. Keep poking and keep the soft angles. Really, you want to control that space where it's open. We have the soft angle option where we're not as separated. Those guys use the abilities. I think you should be fine. Okay, we kind of broke it down.
Mm.
I know it's kind of long stuff, but yeah, we're just gonna speed up and see what
Hmm.
the next
Yeah.
example is gonna be for us. But yeah,
It's
this I think the really
very
important.
insightful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
any questions about all of this so far?
I think so far it's clearly understood. I'm curious to see, like, to think about it and see more examples thinking about it.
Of course, yeah. Let's keep watching. So far, three things in mind is how we poke, soft angles, and understanding. Can I be punished? Yeah, can I really be
Mm.
punished? I think. Yeah. What's your thoughts? You take this angle. What do you think? Is it good enough? Maybe there's a better position to take. You just poke the divers. Maybe it's good enough.
Mm.
But what do you
I
think?
think. I think it's pretty solid for now. Um, I think maybe I could. Well, that's the thing is we talked about not being too isolated. I was gonna say maybe I can go over there far right where the May is, or not the May. The Venture, possibly, or maybe right there. Yeah, that's a good one too. Actually, just saw it. Yeah, right there. It's pretty solid. You can see everything. We're kind of. I mean, it's a little early, I guess, so they're still coming through the choke,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe I could go and challenge that Anna on that left side line a little bit. But I think it's pretty solid for now, I guess. I mean, I unless there's a better spot that you have in mind.
Mm. Because in general this spot works really well, right?
Hmm.
From what for our criteria, we able to control open space. That's what we wanna do
Okay.
to poke the enemy. But the thing is, it's a small, tiny detail which might be important here. If you guys are sitting here, three long range characters on the same angle, what do you think?
Hmm.
Is that really effective? Or yeah, are you
Hmm.
able to control space effectively this way?
Well, I can think of two things. I can think of the fact that there's a huge benefit to maybe having me control a different angle since there's already two long range characters right there. That
Mm-hmm.
we can cover a little bit more of the point or the angles. But then the other thing I think was thinking is if we get dived, maybe it's going to be really tough to survive.
Exactly, yeah.
But
It's kind of
mhm,
two things. I think you're totally right because we kind of stuck here, and it's the pressure comes from the same angle. If I'm
mhm,
trying to shoot this Genji, he's gonna hide over here. Maybe the Ana is just gonna hide over here, and there's no pressure, which gets which gets them eventually because they hidden behind the cover, or maybe this cover
mhm,
might be a good example as well. Yeah, because
mhm.
we again sitting on the same area kind of with the rest of
Right,
our
I
core,
see.
so it's really hard. So the idea is trying to create crossfire. The idea behind crossfire is if you have a long range member on your team, I think can usually pick on anything, to be honest. I think maybe more consistent one is Anna here because there's a long range pressure. There's quite a lot of damage she can do as
Mhm,
well. There's no fall off. Maybe you can pick her and try to create an off angle, try to create a crossfire with her. Yeah, seeing what space she's
mhm.
controlling because we want to trying to control as much open space as possible on this map. We can set up crossfire with her. So the question is, where could you be to set up crossfire with her? Maybe this
Um,
spot is good, maybe the left side. What do you think is better? Yeah.
I would say, huh? I mean, I think because if we're talking about those two cover spots, I would say maybe the left side is solid. I think
Hmm.
like if you stand over there and just look down that sight line, I think maybe you can see the well, you can see the end right now clearly.
Yeah.
But
This can
if
be
I
decent.
yeah,
Yeah. This
hmm
can be decent. I think this is okay. I the only one tiny detail. Okay. Because here you control in this lane here, this way you see it pretty freely. I think this one it's kind of similar in terms of
hmm
the space, but there's a slight advantage. It's just tiny high ground here. If they go on you, then you can always try to drop and try to dodge with the shift. Yeah, kind of go back up. Let's say ball chases you and you use this time. Okay, you can instantly go back up. So maybe this can also be beneficial. I don't think you have to really overthink it like a lot in game, but the those details, I think those gonna help you a lot. If you have the verticality,
yes,
it's always big thing. Yeah, creating crossfire, verticality. Even slightly, if my Anne is here, just slightly to the right is even better. This is even better too because again, not too isolated. One coach gonna away, but we can shoot this Genji. See what this Genji is doing. They're
okay.
hiding. They're hiding
Mhm.
from this pressure here, and I think there's a Larry too. Maybe there's Haza pushing too. But what if we just push them a little bit? Yeah, we try to just snap them.
Yeah, that's actually really profound.
It's a common theme whenever you are playing versus divers, you have this more poke-oriented comp as well. I think creating crossfire is can be really good. So now this is decent, sort of because, well, actually, okay. I thought the Alar is in the right. It's kind of similar
Mhm.
now. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think one of you guys definitely.
should
Ideally,
go
you
to
should
another
have
position.
one guy on the left, one guy on the main, another guy on the right. Maybe this way,
hmm
you're just able to control more space. But
That's funny.
it's a little bit too
That'd be
stacked there for sure.
mhm. Then I end up dying here because I get yeah, it kills all three of us. Look at that, Anna, Ashe, and Ilari, like Genji.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we ended up we almost got full caps on this, and then we ended up coming back and making it a really close game.
This is a good example of pre-poke, right? See,
hmm
there's a long sideline. Maybe there's no perfect position, but based on what we mentioned before, we
hmm
have the Anne over here. You creating crossfire with her, controlling the same open space. This is
hmm
long range angle. I think we cannot be punished as well. So this is what you're looking for. Just kind of keep that consistency here.
hmm
Where should you rotate to? Was good poke. Where should you go?
Um, I think the left side is good, some good, pretty good poke. I think that's probably what I do in the game, but um, left side, I think maybe I can play where the Ana is. It's pretty solid. It's a little bit passive, but it's a good view, I think. Um, maybe you can't really see much from that middle door. Not really, huh?
You talking about the so the main door here, or
Like
oh
the one in like yeah, you can't really see much right there, huh? Like
yeah, that's
underneath.
true. That's true. Well, she's here,
Hmm.
and your Larry. I think if we just kind of tracking where your team is staying, yeah, your Larry
Hmm.
was around that angle too. So I'm thinking you probably in this case might just play towards this sideline. Maybe it's
Mm.
towards going this way. It's okay, like the way you do it. But the only problem you have now, you see, because you're taking this left angle, why it might be a little bit tough if you. Let's just say if you get too close, there's what you want to be careful with, I think, because we talked about the
Let's see.
cooldowns. If we talked about that those guys shouldn't be able to use those cooldowns easily. If they get in range, I think you want to be careful. So this angle is not too bad. I think it's just maybe slightly keep an eye on how you rotate later, so you have the long distance mm, all the time.
Hmm. Okay, I hear you. So this might be a little bit too close.
Just I think it's relatively fine. I think it's relatively fine. It's just the way we kind of been pushing there. I think with this movement,
I
so
see.
this move here, yeah, this might be a little bit too close. This is where you don't know. This is where you don't
I
know
hear
the
you.
information. You gotta be careful. That's why usually a
Hmm.
swing, peek left, okay, how long sideline. If they read far, okay, let's get closer. If they're not, then I kind of stay. But in this case, if we don't know, we might be punished. That's the only main concern here.
Hmm. They could be coming through like with their cooldowns right there, and then we
Yeah,
just die.
exactly. They didn't, yeah, because you had enough distance. The only ball kind of
Hmm.
went on you. The Genji, they don't have enough range to get on you, so it ended up okay. And yeah, you also just put him away with a coach gun, smelling him, and you good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
coach gun away.
see how they just kind of take turns. Like this, the ball, then it's the
Hmm.
Genji.
Hmm.
I think I
I
did a
think
decent job.
we did pretty decent. Well,
Mm.
some of the not sure. What do you think you could have done there before? Additionally, is there anything else?
Uh, maybe at this point, I think I reposition. Maybe after the Genji dives me and then I melee him. Maybe I just back up a little bit. Call for healing and back up.
Yep.
Go up to
Yep.
the steps on my
Yeah,
right. Maybe.
because it was your movement where again kind of getting closer to the angle where you don't have too many people alive as well. You just have Ana,
Hmm.
and the rest of the people like Ball can be pretty fast coming back. So I'm thinking, rather than getting close, see if there's opportunity, usually open up sideline. That's okay, but if you realize that there was some people are missing, you typically go back as well. Yeah, you
Hmm.
keep an eye on the lone sideline. You kind of keep opening those up, but be careful when trying
I
to
hear
get
you.
too close. Yeah, I think you could have survived there. Just small bits of distance. The Santa would have healed you probably if you would end up in the
Hmm.
stairs eventually.
Yeah, I agree. I think probably stayed there for way too long.
The position was
And I
decent
got a
though,
little too
overall it
close
seems.
too.
It's definitely better than the previous two times before. Yeah,
Hmm.
like this is decent initial poke. You can just try to maybe force out some of the cooldowns. Yeah. Pushing up in space. What's your thoughts? Let's go over criteria again. You coach me. You tell me. What's your thoughts?
um, so I think we want to cover as much ground as possible with the long range heroes,
Mm,
and then we want to create crossfire.
mm.
So I would say, and then also I think we talked a little bit about the angle, like being wide open, like you can see as much as possible. So I think there's no crossfire right now, probably because they'll be perfectly safe if they can take cover. I am in a different
Well,
position.
crossfire is about your position with the opposition. So
Okay.
you have this A, you're
Hmm.
at B. Well, this guy's at C, and those are also going deeper. on the lanes, but
Mhm.
aren't you taking
Okay,
crossfire?
so yeah, I guess you could call it that because we're in two different
Yeah,
positions.
it's still crossfire, exactly. This is what it is about.
Mhm,
If we kind of stuck on the same area, I think
mhm,
if we realize that you're basically really close to A or they're really close to you, then it would be not crossfire. But in this case, it's all right. Yeah, I think it's
mhm.
crossfire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's good, pretty good in that regard.
Yeah, I think it looks decent. Yeah, this position is decent. We can create enough pressure. You might think about moving right side later if you want, but
Mhm.
there's if there's short range threat potential, like the ball might engage you on you. You want to be careful. I think in general this is good. It's fine for
Okay,
now, at least.
I hear you.
Just gotta keep an eye on. Okay, what are my teams doing? What are they doing? Just in case. Okay, ball is dead. Drop by accident, I guess, but happens. That's fine. Yeah.
Before I start, yeah, I was just trying to put a lot of pressure on the Genji because he was diving me a lot.
I think this is reasonable. This is what
Um,
we mentioned before. Yeah, you just need to poke them. I think this is the main target you need to poke more. If you force his deflect, you will force his dash. I think you can do a lot on the map. Hey, this is your time. This is your time. I think again you can probably set up. Probably try to fight for the left side. Yeah. Mm,
I think I
the
do go there eventually, but I think I might die.
the right side might be reasonable too. Huh. But okay, based on all of this, what I mentioned before, because you saw the Genjis on the left, okay?
Hmm.
So it seems like now what it seems like. Can we free to take the left side now, like before in our first example?
Um, I think I can fight for it a little bit. I think right now the ball and the Genji are right there, so I can't go there right now.
Hmm.
But I think maybe the right side is open after I use that dynamite. I probably could just walk with the hazard a little bit.
Hmm. What about the right side? If
Um,
you take the right side too,
yeah,
this case.
I think it could be right here, like right here. Well, I think I can shoot that Mei a little bit and then look to take the right side. I have to do something. I have to either go fight for left or fight for right. I think
Hmm.
I stayed there too long, but
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
yeah, I think the ball just used his pile driver. He's kind of far away from me. The Genji's left side too, so I could definitely go right. I think.
Because here it's where it might be hard because we mentioned criteria. Yeah, we mentioned that you have to take first it's soft angle. Second, we need to do more poke damage. I think another thing
Mm-hmm.
is just survivability. Yeah, let's just say survive based on if they have cooldowns
Mm-hmm.
and effective range, mostly versus divers. Okay, so I think if we move left side, if we just go over those criteria, left side typically gives you more poke potential because there's high ground. Yeah, you can just easily poke hold that space. But the problem is on the left side is you might not survive because these guys are closer. Now you just saw the Genji. Okay, they're closer. They still
Mm-hmm.
have their cooldowns and primary fire ready. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a check mark. Okay. Another thing is yeah. So I'm just thinking how do I put it? Yeah, let's just say this is a vote for angle. Let's call it angle A. Yeah, if we on the left side, this is gonna be angle A, and this is vote for angle A. This is just mm, what's bad about angle A? Okay, let's just say okay. So this angle A, it does not have it survivability. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you can have poke. You also taking soft angle there. I think. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because you're closer to your team. But if you go right side, let's say angle B here, then we do not have a soft position while we
Mm-hmm.
kind of separate it,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. Yeah, a little bit to isolate it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just against B. Poke. Can we do enough poke from here? What do you think? If you just swing it right side later.
Um, I would I would say yes. I think right now the ball is behind cover, but I
Hmm.
think the people on the right can be poked. The Genji can be poked if he tries to join the fight.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, But I mean, maybe right at this particular moment, it's not great because there's not a lot of people in the open.
Mm. In general, it still allows you to poke the divers. I think this is what we're looking for, yeah, because we're trying to play,
Mm.
let's say, trying to counter to get them on top of you. Yeah, I think this angle, based on their
Mm.
position, are you able to poke them kind of comfortably from this range, like
Oh,
just in
oh
theory?
yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So this is gonna be kind of what for this.
Mhm.
And I think because again, those abilities cooldown some most one, those cannot be as easily used on the right side. I think there's one more word for this one. So uh, you see this is kind of 50-50 situation to me. I think you can either go left or you can either go
Yeah,
right. Yeah, does make sense. So it's like sometimes
yeah.
it's hard to make the decision. Sometimes it's hard to
I hear
just
you.
understand. But is there any extra variable which might which might help you? Yeah, I don't know what is there to add as well, because both angles seems
Mhm.
reasonable.
Yeah, I think I almost feel like I want to fight on the left. I want to use dynamite on the left side. See, be just simply because my hazard's there, and just see if I could get the ball and the Genji out of there, and then just poke from that left side maybe. I think maybe if I could go back, that's probably what I would have tried to do.
What
Simply
about
because
your ultimate? What about the ultimate? How do you usually use
oh,
that?
okay. So I've been trying to use it how we talked about, but sometimes it just slips my mind and I see an opportunity and I use it. But usually it's either one to try and hit somebody and
Uh-huh.
get a instant pick out of it, and then or two, it's to just put him on a wide open angle where he can see everything and he can do poke damage.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere that's not enclosed, like a wide open area. That's usually what I'll try and do, like in the middle
Mm.
of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So which side is better? Angle left A or angle A B for the ultimate? I mean, where should you go to be
I,
able to use that these better? What do you
I
think?
would say the right side. I think.
Right side, yeah, it feels
Hmm.
better naturally as well. I would
Hmm.
say why, because okay, there's one more thing which is important when you have ultimate.
Hmm.
Now, soft angles at DM might not be as important, so just gonna we might even
Hmm.
remove this. Okay, so
Okay,
this is
that
how we
makes
can
sense.
solve it because ultimate gives you extra protection. Basically, if they go on me, now I don't have to be reliant on my team as much. I don't have to stay with them for too long because there's a big thing protecting me. So it's
Hmm.
just because of the ultimate. Yeah, so this is because okay,
Okay.
I have ultimate. There's still a concern. There's still a concern of well, they might punish me. But with
Yeah.
Bob, I think it's better. With the Bob, I think you have a better opportunity to just go here and stay on the
Okay.
angle.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes
Mm-hmm.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. And you creating not a crossfire too. Maybe your team goes here, you have the angle
Mm-hmm.
here, your Bob takes another angle. I think pretty reasonable. But now it just seems like we're kind of stuck. We're stuck in the
Yeah.
main, we're stuck in the fighting left side, and we fought right side a little, yeah, then we went back, and then there's not too much proactivity going on, so we just send the Bob to main, which this can also work, but I think if you have this setup more proactively, kind of baiting them maybe as well to go on
Mm-hmm.
you, I think might end up even better. Because now this ball could just decide not to do anything, to be honest. This ball could just decide, okay, let's not mine point. This ball is useless. Let's just cut the bob. Let's just try to not do
Mm-hmm.
anything because this bob is not touching the point too. So there's not too much
Mm.
pressure. Yeah, they're not touching. Yeah, so they could just decide to cut it, but you wanna make the difference. Make sure they bait
Yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. I think if I would have taken like a more like a sharper angle with the bob, I think that would have been great right there.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
Okay, so I think this might be good one to mention. If you have Bob, you can play more isolated. Yeah, this just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
an exception from the rule.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, any questions maybe so far?
Um, everything seems pretty decently clear, I think.
Nice.
Um, Would you say it's like the same across all dive characters? Like,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
okay,
There are
okay.
some specifics, maybe, just with
Hmm.
how you duel somebody, maybe just what you look
Right.
for. But dive characters in general, that's the main kind of theme, in my opinion. Maybe
Hmm.
is there anything you think you struggle with more, maybe, or concern about more?
Mm, I think I'm trying to think of the most annoying dive character.
Oh yeah.
I would say it's. I mean, I think Genji and Ball are two big ones. I would say. I think maybe the only other thing I can think of is like a really good Doomfist. But um, I would say if the idea is the same, the idea is the same. You know, I think it's pretty clear right now.
Yeah, yeah, I think I
Mhm.
will just simplify to this. Of course, different characters, different stuff you have to do against Doomfist. We're trying to force out his shift, punch, maybe his block.
Mm,
When he does not have block, he kind of goes much aggressive. The ball, it's also his shields, maybe Genji deflect. Yeah, stuff like that, really, I think. So watch out for those CDs. Yeah, a little bit tough, they too close. So in this case, we just end up
mhm.
being isolated, but
I
it's
think I
yeah.
think this is a good example of me trying to use. I think I used the coach gun, didn't I, to try and I used it to try and get away, but at that point I was just too isolated.
Yeah. This exact yes, that's it. So you
Mhm.
just need to be where should you be now?
Um, like at the top of that staircase, maybe.
Yeah,
I'd say
exactly.
like
Yeah.
closer to the
So,
end. Yeah.
soft angle, long range, so you're able to poke. And we also cannot be punished. Here I can be punished because you're within the one cooldown range. And
Mm-hmm.
well, it's at least ball. Yeah, there's might be big opportunity. Yeah, Genji, he almost gets in the dash range. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you don't die instantly because you still have some sort of distance, but still kind of tough. I think you gotta
For
keep
all
this.
intensive purposes,
Yeah,
I should have
yeah,
died like right away.
yeah. But even before, maybe we could set up better Bob on the angle when he was here. So
Mm,
who knows? Maybe you could have turned the fight even better this way, just because you have it.
mm-hmm.
I think it's quite good when they dive you as well. You might just lift them up in the air sometimes. Like Genji goes in you, okay. They just dive you, you just lift them up in the air. You go for the easy headshot as well. That
Mm, mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of small stuff too.
I hear
Hey,
you. That makes sense. What can you say about using the dynamite and all this? Do you think it's just like a poke tool, like use it before the fight to get some damage, or do you think it can help me survive on the angle, maybe?
yeah, of course, I can help you too. I think it's we mentioned you can use it before the fight to just get all charge, but when the real fight starts, I think you need to keep the dynamite from the most aggressive angle. Because
Mm-hmm.
if somebody is pushing you, or just in general, the team, yeah, if I know there's a big threat on the left side, like there was the case, Ball and Genji, they were up on the left. I think it makes sense to dynamite them first, unless there is a kill potential. If there's a kill potential, use
Mm,
a dynamite whenever. Also, what is
okay.
this? You see this?
The tornado. It's
Oh,
literally
okay.
it.
Yeah, she's just
Oh
spinning
no,
around.
it's the May. That is funny, dude.
Yeah, it's just spinning around. Okay, I think that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, let's just watch one, two more examples. Maybe if
Hmm.
you have a different game, we could also look at that one if you want.
Yeah. Let me see. Um, let me check the comps a little bit. I'm not sure I played against a whole lot of dive yesterday. See an Imbani. There's like a Reaper Sojourn. That was a really long game. Um, what do you think about like? All right, let me check this one. Maybe this one's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, maybe we could look at this one too. It's a Shambali Monastery game where it was against a ball and a Ashe Sojourn. So I guess it was kind of more pokey, I guess overall, but
And take a look.
there's probably still
Yeah,
some times with the ball.
and take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, sure.
I hate how they wipe all the replay codes because I had a lot of good games I probably should have
Yeah.
saved. um, but I just get this one really quick. Replay. Yeah. Just send it to the DM box. So here you go. Yeah, they may have the DPI button on the mouse for sure.
Yeah.
Let's put it to max.
For sure, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, you have kind of pokey, yeah, poke style comp, but I think it's kind of similar situation because of they have ball, they have Juno, so eventually
Mhm.
the only way to win is they have to get on top of you, they have to get really close.
Mhm.
Yeah, so a lot of similar ideas really. You have to poke. Again, we have to take soft angles and also keeping an eye on
Mhm.
their cooldowns. You can you survive? Can you not survive? Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that I got hit by a sleep dart and headshot.
You gotta watch out. It's
Yeah.
a small
Mhm.
thing about the ball as well. Whenever they end the angle like this one, you
Mhm.
want to be careful when playing in those tight areas because you might get booped towards the enemy team poke. So I
Mhm.
think you just need to hug the corner here a little bit more. And
Mhm.
yeah,
That makes sense.
what's your thoughts on this? Our previous ideas. Is it the okay angle for us to play at, or should we play somewhere differently? What do you think?
Um,
Because
well,
it's also map design. Sometimes it's not allowing you to play different angle. But I don't know. What do you think?
and just the reason why I'm laughing is because once again, it's Anna, Larry, Ash on the same exact angle.
Well, yeah,
So yeah, like based on what we talked about, it's not creating no crossfire. We're all in the same
stuff.
position, so
Mm.
I think maybe I could just go like kind of closer where the pylon is, but just peek that left side, try and do some yeah, right there, like right on the ground.
Yeah,
Maybe that would
you
be
will have to
better.
be under, but I think this is gonna be slightly better based on what's
Mm-hmm.
happening. Maybe. Well, this might be too short range, but even this might be okay-ish, might
Mm-hmm.
work, because you created that crossfire. Those guys just hide behind the car from all of your pressure. This Surgeon hides, this Ashe hides. Don't let them do that. Don't let them push the card for free. And of course, there's a threat from angle here that the divers, but we're keeping an eye on all the ideas here. We're just identifying maybe some criteria that will not be there. Fine, some we don't have to be perfect. We're just choosing between the angle here. You kind of stacked, yeah, maybe not able to put as much pressure, and that's why maybe
Mm-hmm.
this might be slightly better just because of the
Yeah, for sure.
sideline. Yeah, maybe this one too, but I think left side is
Mm-hmm.
reasonable. Later, people usually rotate on the balcony. You have this angle. If they on the corner,
That's pretty good
you
too.
have the angle over here. Yeah, you can easily control this side too, so it's not too bad for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got booped too, which is unfortunate, but
But just be aware, I guess, because I knew he was over there. I kind of forgot about him.
yeah. This is where it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
second part really. You have to actively track the enemy. You have to just. It's not only about the position. Yeah, we have to scout beforehand. Just make sure you also scout. You understand where those guys are. If you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
not be punished as well, understanding can it be punished? Okay, I have to also track those characters, and I think consistently ask the question where this guy is. Yeah, where the threat is. I think the good start is always talking 1-2 guys, whatever you think is more threatening.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to target them in position. Okay, so it's got kind of scout info, scout position based on this information. But of course, eventually you want to be able to know where everybody is on the paper
Mm-hmm.
in theory. But starting with just 1-2, it's a big help. If I know the ball is over here on the left, he's hiding. It might help your position. I know he's in the back again. It might help your position. Maybe there's a
Mm-hmm.
tracer. Maybe there's somebody else. Yeah, consistently stuff like that. Maybe we could try to actually apply this to if we play the game. Maybe I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking maybe trying to apply. scouting, just tracking threats, and positioning after. Or if you want to apply anything else, you could also do that too. But up to you. Yeah. Do you wanna apply anything from what we mentioned?
Uh, yeah, I think I'm really curious about the crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times I'll just take angles for the sake of taking angles. Like I'm not really thinking about why they're good, like why a certain angle would be good. It's just one concept that I have been exposed to is just finding a different angle than my team, but never really like the insight behind that. Like it's because you're creating
Mm-hmm.
crossfire. There's all these long range characters on one angle, and then you can cover more ground and shoot somebody who's hiding behind cover
Mm-hmm.
from another angle. So I'm curious about that one, and then the other one, like the one that we just talked about, just trying to track the dive characters, so
Mm-hmm.
that I could just be ready for them and just survive when I get pushed. Because that's when one of the biggest challenges I think is taking a really good position with the coach gun and then getting forced off of it. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, I
mhm,
think let's start to do that. Yeah, maybe. I think those
mhm,
two main topics, especially crossfire and threats. Why not? We could
yeah,
try this out. Yeah.
yeah, let's do it. I'll do the stream so like maybe you could do a game and you could check it out. I think I am streaming. Can you see
Yeah,
that
it's
good or no?
working. Yeah, it's working.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we could do here. Yeah, so okay, so I'll try and think about that more.
Of course.
Hopefully we get some dive characters.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because
I
I
think
think the
some
way we respond
Mhm,
during the dive, it's reasonable. What do you do? The coach gun, the rotations, how you play cover. I think that is something we talked about too before. Just maintaining the
mhm.
angle. If you play close to cover, it helps. I think you doing better, it seems, at controlling. You're just
Mhm.
not out in the open too, and this big help.
Mhm,
But making sure we do more proactive pressure. That's what it seems. And yeah, well, those
mhm.
those those pointers can help.
Okay.
Some maps sometimes you're not easily allowed to take crossfire, and yes, it might happen, but if that's the
Yeah,
case, it's
that's
fine. Well, sometimes you gotta be stacked, but still trying,
mhm,
trying to lean, trying to lean towards the crossfire. For example, here, I think the village is okay. You're easily able to take crossfire, but on
mhm,
something like Shrine, it's really hard. I think on Shrine, you only
mm,
have this bridge angle, which you're able to control, and it's really tough to control. Here, the only thing you have to break through the choke. If you broke through the choke, take the angle, move towards the right side, towards the bridge, maybe. You have Anna. Anna is a
okay.
low mobile character, so she's gonna
Mhm,
probably stack main, so you gotta go take the different angle from her. Yeah, you can try this
okay.
out, yeah? Yeah, let's just do
See. Yeah, that
crossfire
sounds
with
good.
Zana and maybe track the threats on the enemy. Just constantly ask what they have. Well, where's the character? Where's the character you're trying to position to accordingly?
Okay. You think this is fine, or maybe I should go with
You
my
you can
team?
try. You can try. Yeah, you just try this out.
Okay.
You're already committed, so it's a
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's decent. Why not? You just gotta take the high ground probably, so
Okay.
you see stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
This is decent.
tracer.
Nice, nice. Good, 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 good. Good angle. Yeah. Watch out for Doomfist. Yeah. Okay, good. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim did quite a
Yeah.
lot too there too. That's nice. Okay.
Maybe I can look right here. It's a little bit safer.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can poke them when they
Yeah,
come
sure.
in.
What are the threats? What are the threats you're tracking on their team?
It's gonna be that tracer and the Doomfist
Tracer
mainly.
Doomfist, where they are now? What do you think?
Um, the Doomfist is over there on the bridge. Tracer. Okay, there's a Doom.
Mm-hmm. The
So the
only one
Doom
piece
is
missing
gonna
is
be close to
Tracer,
me.
so we're not sure where she is. Yeah,
Okay, yep, that's true. There
she's on
she
the main
is.
now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my coach
Yeah.
gun to go back because I'm getting pushed.
Nice. And that's how you practice it. You just create this mind map.
Okay,
Okay. Tracer's on the main. Doomfist on the main.
okay. Yeah, there's the tracer. They're both main. So we're all in the same choke right now. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of
You
room,
can
but
take the right side, or maybe the right side is usually okay. You can just go on this top. There's a pillar. You
okay.
usually don't want to sit in here too long. Yeah. So see, when your team is stacked, you could go right side, maybe go up the stairs. I think maybe it's better
Okay.
because Yeah, it's just better angle priority. The
You would say like far right, like way around, like wrap
yeah,
around
in
the.
this case, it's gonna be like an exception, yeah, because it's not soft angle, but at least we're able to poke, and we cannot be
Mhm.
punished as easily. Maybe all the way left side too, but you just try stuff out anyway.
Let's see. Okay. Um,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
try and take high ground right
mm-hmm.
here.
Do you know what the tracer is?
I could hear her. Yeah, there she is. I heard her on my left, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really keeping track too
That's
much.
okay.
I'm missing a lot of shots because I'm not warm.
That's okay.
See, see if we can get some poke damage in right here. There's the
Mm-hmm.
Doomfist. I don't see the Tracer.
Yeah,
Oh, there she is.
she's gonna be,
Both
yeah.
main.
Mm-hmm.
Sojourn on my left. I'm gonna go high
Mm-hmm.
ground. It's good that he didn't push me because I would have been
Nice, good shot on
pretty
the
tough
tracer.
here. I'm gonna use my bob right here, maybe.
Sure,
That's
stay alive at the long distance. Try this. Yeah, she's dead.
okay, I got her
Nice.
with the
Okay.
dynamite. Trying to go back a little bit.
Just pick the supports, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you know where the Doomfist is? Okay, he's on the
There he
main.
is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe I can. Okay,
Try
it's
stuff
pushing,
out. It's
trying to
okay.
shoot him away a little bit.
Tracer
Okay.
and Doomfist, keep an eye on them. The Tracer. She might be
Okay.
somewhere.
There
Okay,
she is
she's
right
here.
there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move
Right.
back because
Yeah, I think the little bit too, yeah, it's okay.
too isolating.
Okay. You see a team, if they're not pushing so main, I think this might be tough. The left side, the right side slightly better sometimes. If
Okay, I'm
they're
gonna.
closer to you. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah. Strace and Doomfist, Strace and Doomfist. Okay. Fine attempt. You
The
can poke
Doomfist
them
just
away.
died.
Mm-hmm. Only Tracer.
Okay. Trying to see if I could catch her over here, but kind of hiding. Okay, there's a Doomfist. Tracer's on the right, so I'm gonna move this way to avoid the Tracer a little bit.
Sure.
I thought she got over here quick. Okay, nice. I
Okay.
headshot her.
Now Doomfist. Also,
Okay,
don't forget
Doomfist
to press
is
stop
just died.
before the fight, so you check. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like who they're using still if they switched.
Yeah, maybe because they might switch,
Okay.
and then you don't know. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna take this angle right here. Oh, I missed the dynamite. It's unfortunate. It's okay though.
Nice. This
Where's the
guy got her
Tracer? There she
Tracer.
is.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, yeah, good search.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa.
okay.
He's moving towards me. Okay.
Can still poke them. The Tracer's still alive, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna die. Yeah. I feel like something shot me on my left. Is it the Doomfist?
I think something
Let's see.
similar.
Something hit me. Oh no, it was mainly the Tracer. Yeah, I was just maybe I should have. I'm missing a lot of shots on her. Oh wow, that's crazy.
The angle, by the way, the high ground is okay. I think generally, if they're on the point, you have this
Hmm.
bridge side. I think you can just pick out the point from there. You don't have to drop. It's okay. It's like the
The
last
bridge.
thing you
Oh,
usually do.
okay, the bridge, like far right, kind of on that point, like the
You
bridge on the high
stayed.
ground.
Yeah. If we're talking about previous, yeah, you stayed
Hmm.
up on the bridge. You just could have moved left and then picked the point, for example.
Ah, okay.
It's
I
just
see.
the idea is we trying to prioritize our range. We're trying to kill the enemy first before even touching the point. It's okay. The worry about the touch is Ashe usually. I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
here the right side is decent usually. I think because of the how open it is.
Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, there's the Doom left side, I think. Oh wow, or in my face.
Yeah, fine. We can cut.
uh, yeah. I probably should have looked. I'm gonna take left a little bit. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I could
Do
wait
you
a
know where
second for
they
my
are?
coach. Yeah, there's that Tracer.
Mm-hmm. Be ready for her to go on you. Yeah, good poke.
All right,
Nice, good job. See, the
that was me
crosshair
being aware
placement
of
helps
her.
a lot once you know.
Hmm. So move up a little bit, poke them as they walk away. There's a Doomfist. There's a Tracer. Both main. Tracer's dead. Okay, right here, I would like to get into a good position to poke when they come in, but there's not. Maybe I can go over there. Maybe. Well, I feel like I'm gonna get pushed if I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Doomfist can die, but he's gonna get healed, unfortunately. Okay, Reaper's over there. Anna is with me, so maybe I can come right, do crossfire. Yeah, now I'm gonna need to move back.
Mm-hmm. Watch out for Tracer too. Yeah, they might have pulls as well, I believe. I didn't hear. I don't have sound on, but I didn't hear the
Okay,
pulls.
I'm gonna take this angle right here.
This might work.
Um, so I can't see them very well, but there's a tracer.
I still can peek
Maybe
out
it
the right
wasn't
side
super
here
range.
as well. It's okay. I was okay-ish, I think. One on.
You just try and push me. Use the dynamite just in case, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, poke a little bit. Doomfist is, I think his main. No, he's probably left side. I don't know where he is though. There he is. And then the tracer is still there. Hopefully he doesn't. Okay. Oh man.
That's fine. You can maybe catch someone, but watch out because of the two of your teammates at that. I think Svi now. Yeah, so
Okay.
gotta be
Let me
careful.
move back a little.
Yeah, just two.
It almost feels like there's nothing to shoot. It's crazy.
That's okay. The angle you moved on the right side is decent. It's just you need to make sure when your team is pushing, then you move on the angle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you have the bob
Oh, I'm
too.
gonna die. Ooh.
So
Okay. So let's try
y-
and take a more extreme angle
yeah,
if
try
we
try
can.
this out. Yeah, yeah. You might bait them to push you and then use. That's also okay. Yeah. Oh wait.
Maybe I should have put it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
thought it would go somewhere. Yeah, I didn't realize in a second. So it's okay though.
Okay, she dies.
Fine.
Thankfully, she didn't hit me.
Yeah, now early poke and still searching for Doomfist Tracer.
I think a little too close right now.
Yeah, take sharper sideline. Yeah, the right side. We can poke from
Okay.
there. Yeah, creating crossfire. That's fine.
Oh, he's low.
Yeah, this guy can
Oh man.
die.
Okay.
Nice.
There's a tracer right there.
So watch out for them. They're back. They took HP back.
Oh, that's using tracer's
Mm-hmm.
boosted and on me.
Fine. Well, they use nano,
Oh, she
so
dies.
not too bad.
Nice. Hmm.
I think maybe initial shot maybe could have saved you, so you just forced them to blink, like panic blink more, but it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Hear ya.
Just whenever
Nice.
they
Looks like we
close,
got
you
this
want to
one.
put more pressure on them, I think. If you headshot them, it's such insane threat. They have to
Mm.
disengage or use recall or go after HP pack, stuff like that.
Hmm. I
So,
hear ya.
yeah. So whenever you put up that early pressure, it's really, I think, really nice. You did that quite a lot too, but yeah.
The early pressure.
Yeah, on the Trace and
Mhm.
Doomfist, because it seems you're tracking them, so it's also easier. The crosshair
Yes, that
placement,
helps.
yeah, the
Hmm.
crosshair placement is better too, because of it, you just place crosshair on the angle where you expect them to
Hmm.
be. This map might
Yeah,
be
that's
harder,
huge. Harder. Okay.
but it's fine. You still can. It's also not as easy for divers too, because it's pretty enclosed. Your role characters have an advantage here. You,
Okay.
well, typically fight for the right side, I think, because of the distance.
Okay.
Just the long angle.
Is that tracer?
Yeah.
The doom.
He's off the map.
Oh my
He's off the map.
goodness.
Oh no. That's okay.
What's up
Take
with that
HP
now?
back and fight. What's your team's fighting? Yeah, yeah. You can
It's a
fight.
tracer here.
Fight the tracer. Yeah, yeah.
Went all the way back there, I guess. Team won the
Yeah,
fight,
they're
but I don't
flanking.
want
Just be ready for
to. Okay.
them. Be ready to
Okay.
place the crosses. They're still back, and try to pre-poke. Yeah.
Doomfist just he has 10 deaths. He just threw himself off the map.
Tracer's
Okay.
still back. Watch out. Just saying.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Just need to keep that in my mind. She's red. Okay, there she is over there now.
I think
Maybe I
you
send a
should
little.
keep controlling the right side more. This is really in close for you.
Okay. Okay. Here he comes.
So because it might seem like you're not creating crossfire with this, but this is really in close space. There are a lot of more disadvantages. Here you kind of a
I
lot of
hear you.
times isolate it, and it's short range too. I think the right side, even though you're stacked, is like okay-ish.
Hmm.
You can try to
Okay.
take kind of softer crossfire there, but if
I hear you.
that's not the option, then yeah, keep control the right.
Let's see. See what we can do. A little bit.
This is dead. Watch out, Doomfist. Scout.
Nice.
Yeah, he's on the main. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stimpfist
Yeah.
dead. Tracer dead.
Guess he might
CO
come back
dead.
in 4 seconds.
Okay.
Just watch out. She might set up somewhere. Maybe you can. Some tracers
That's.
the flank all the way right side too. You can blink across, triple blink on the right side to their from their spawn.
Do you think
Kind
I'm
of.
too isolated here, or do you think it's okay?
I think it's better this way because, as
Okay.
I mentioned, the right side, even though you're not as comfortable with angles like comparable to your team, it's still this long range. Just make sure you keep the long distance.
He
This
almost
guy.
dies.
It's okay.
Maybe it's
They
good for
use a
us.
lot. They use a lot. They use a lot. I think you
Hmm.
just need to say side move back and you're good. But it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. So
Because
just be a little more patient, I guess, like, because I just kind of wait for them.
yeah. It's just there's only one side which allows you to control the open space with the
Hmm.
with this objective while while poking the divers and such.
I hear you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because we don't want to be perfect with all this. Oh, he dies. Nice. Don't want to be perfect.
Let me
No.
just
Don't.
swap off
Okay,
there.
no, fine. I just.
Just-
I,
Oh, I
because
thought we had. Oh, okay.
we walk towards the point. That's what scared
I
me.
hear you. Yeah, I was just thinking Bob, but I was just suicidal.
The bob is fine. The bob is fine, but the walking towards the point was scary.
Oh man, I hear you. Yeah, it was straight line towards it. Yeah, I hear you.
It's okay to
Um,
place the bob. Just open up the side. Open up the side and place it.
okay, makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why I have that bad habit of like
That's
I'll
fine.
get tunnel vision on one thing and then I just kind of forget about my movement, forget about my
No, I mean
positioning,
that's
and
the
I'm like, just
usual. We
Bob,
focus
Bob,
on
Bob.
strats. I
Mhm.
was for the moment it was like really important to prevent. I
Yeah.
guess I was like yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
could.
like, well, no, 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 no.
It's fine.
Have I taught you nothing? Okay,
Shout for Tracer too.
she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good poke.
Yeah, I see what you mean. This right side is really strong for me.
Yeah,
If I could
it's just
control it at
this
the right
map
time.
is this what you see. Even though you might be stacked with your team, or your team is pushing left side, which is like, oh well, maybe it's not soft angle, but you can be there on the left side. It's so uncomfortable. So we missing out on those previous rebels we talked about. We're missing out on the poke damage. We can also be
Hmm.
punished because short range characters can go on us. The only advantage is you either take you take soft angle there, but it's not
I
good.
hear you.
Yeah, the only one thing is not good. On the right side you have more. Yes, you might be isolated or you might be stacked with your team if they play long range characters play with you, but it's still better. It's just one of
Yeah,
this map design
I hear
things.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I'm so used to I've ingrained it into me to do poke damage before the fight, like as they come in. And so I get antsy on that map because there's like it's like a big wall in front of you. You can't see them as they come in unless you're standing in the choke. And if standing in the choke as Ashe is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like
Well, you can maybe push if your team pushes really hard. You have the long range space towards their
mm,
spawn. There, it's
mhm,
reasonable, but before it was just your team was not pushing that space. Yeah, it was fighting for the tiny room, and that's where you want to be careful. If you're too close to that tiny room, yeah, it might be complicated.
I hear you.
It's all right. It's all right.
Would you
Yeah.
mind if I played one more, or what do you think?
Yeah,
Or
we
do you have
could.
a short for time?
Well, we have more time. I'm just thinking, we're gonna have enough time to. Oh, could
Because
try. I
it
think we
could be a
should have
long
enough
game.
time. Well, it
Okay.
might be if that's gonna be. It's okay. I have some extra time. I have the interval between the next session. I have the next one, and so the
Okay.
wait 40 minutes. Wait.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it should be
20 minutes.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll hopefully it's not as. I just want to get a game where there's. It's not like a really enclosed space like that. Like a good map where I could really try a lot of the things that we talked
Hmm.
about, and you get to take a look at it.
Yeah, of
Um.
course. Yeah. What do you want to focus on
But
next game, by the way?
mm, I think the tracking really helps. We kind of focused on that this game, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see. What did we talk about? We talked about the tracking, the crossfire. Um. What
Tracking
else?
crossfire, taking angles accordingly to where your team is. Well, we talked about it versus divers, yeah, soft angles.
Mm-hmm.
You also did the bob with more
Nice.
aggressive angle, I think. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
but
I'm gonna hold off just in case it's like a really long game.
you can do quick
Cause
play too, but
yeah,
yeah,
or
it's I think it's fine with the
yeah, I
exception.
think it's okay. I
Yeah.
think cause the more that I think about it, the more that I think it's like I think I have everything down in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the biggest problem, I'm telling you, the biggest problem that I was having was I was getting punished a lot by the dive, and there was a lot of replay codes that kind of went away
Yeah,
of
we
like
could
showing
also
examples
cover
of that.
those a little bit more, sure, if you want.
Um, yeah, I think let me see if there's. I think it was just it's just these ones.
The one Shambhala we also didn't
Thanks.
watch fully, so we could also go with that one.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe just for a few minutes, if you don't mind.
Of course, yeah. We
Maybe
still
maybe
have
it'll
time.
just show it.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's all good.
Awesome.
Okay, I am screen sharing, and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, this is Shambhala. So we talked about the first section. Okay, we. Yeah, do you remember the timestamps? Maybe like the point where it was getting hard punished.
Um, let me think here. I don't think we. Yeah. So our attack, we struggled to unlock third. It's because there's just that long sideline and the head of Reinhardt set up. They actually switched off of the dive, but I guess for learning purposes and the angle thing that we talked about, it might be really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
on our attack, on like we got the first two, and then on third, it was we just couldn't unlock it, and we lost.
Yeah,
What I
so
remember.
there's no mobility anymore. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
what's the difference with how you take angles? I mean, there's no
Um,
mobility on their side. Yeah, there's no divers to
mhm.
punish you. So what's the difference?
I would say, um, well, there's not as much room to be punished. I would say because if it's more about if I know that they're looking at that angle and there's like kind of what we talked about in the first session, the big
Mhm.
burst of damage. Kind of if I know that they're looking there and I just shouldn't repeak maybe, and then I would say I could maybe take a little sharper angles because
Yeah,
there's not
yeah,
a whole risk of me being punished.
exactly. Yeah, you can take sharp angles. Exactly. What do you think?
Okay.
So you go right side. Yeah, that's what you tried to do initially. Yeah, what do you think about this
Hmm.
one?
I think it's pretty narrow, but I think it's a decent try to start. It's like not very open though. That's the only problem.
What if? It's crazy solution, but what if we jump over this wall here and just
Ooh,
sit this
okay.
way? I
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to punish me.
This might seem risky, but this is what we're talking about. You can take more risk with those angles, can be more isolated if there's no mobility to punish you. And they don't have as much, I think. They don't have as much. Maybe Juno, maybe Surgeon, but outside of that, if you play cover really well and you synchronize your pressure, I think that might work. And it's kind of what we mentioned
Hmm.
before. Your coach gun, you can use it to set up yourself. This might be interesting. I would try this out. You have to be really careful though. This is really high risk, but
Hmm.
you might try this out because
Yeah, I think.
the thing is you need to stay here. it's really important to play more defensive until you get the coach gun. If you get the coach gun back, even though they push you, can just coach gun up on this again. You can just go
Mhm.
back this way. Yeah. I
I hear you. That makes
don't
sense.
see a lot
Yeah,
of people try this, but some people do. Actually, this is a decent, might be good solution.
I
Is
think
this,
it could be really strong.
yeah, this is really narrow. Because this is what it seems like. Even the main angle is better, but then the main you stack, and you don't want to stack, so why not to go right
Yeah,
side?
I hear you.
Especially versus the Rhine shield, it's just tough. So this room is okay, but it's kind of, well, yeah, like I mentioned, narrow. You still push the point pretty far, and
Hmm.
now, yeah, it's kind of,
You
it's
know, it's kind of
working
like my team
still.
doing most of the work, I guess. But
That's okay. Well,
um,
we did fine. It was, the angle was good. Yeah, maybe there's even
hmm,
better angle, but the angle has been okay. Your team stacked there well. There's no,
I hear you.
not too bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
this left side. Yeah,
I think I was like, oh man, that's dangerous. I
yeah. That is
not
one
by
of those angles where you kind of can play this main lane here if you're trying to shoot the
hmm.
backline here. But if the backline is there, then you can maybe take crossfire over here. Because the rest of
Okay.
you guys, well, the long range at least, they stay here, so we can play here. But you gotta watch out where their backline is as well. So you can just shoot them. The left side here, there's a lot of times feels more uncomfortable because it's short range.
Right, and I have to get pretty close to see that upper angle.
Yeah, so it's either you play main or go right side, I think. That's it. So you don't go left.
Hmm. Right there, I don't know why I didn't go back in time.
Hmm. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
happens too.
Hmm.
Well, we setting up, going right side, yeah. Your team goes main. This is main angle, fine, yeah. We have a big advantage, so why not? And keep using this. Okay,
I think ended up working there.
where should you go? Right away. The interesting
Mm,
spot too.
I
Remember this?
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that would be a good option.
You could try just for early try because you want to try to poke from different angle too. You have verticality. Your team most likely go here. Will go here. You can try this out. You most likely will drop, but at least you try to just control this angle from
Yeah.
far range. So
Hmm.
they will also not take it. You have a advantage too because you got the tank. And they are missing
Mm.
they are missing tank. They are 4, but still they're squishy. That's why you kind of can maybe also take that space a little bit more. The right
And
this,
hmm,
yeah, this can be fine sometimes, but I think the left side especially, maybe if you could have found the bob there, it would be insane. Maybe it was just
yeah. So these extreme angles or these sharper angles are just simply because they're not using any dive. It's just because they're slow, pretty
yeah,
much.
and also Bob. Remember, Bob
Also,
will
oh,
also
okay,
allowing
that's
you.
right, that's right.
Yeah. If you have Bob, I think you can take sharper. And yeah, exactly. Again, the reason is divers are not there. There's no
Okay,
big punishment from getting close. If those guys will
okay.
get close, yeah, they don't want to get close with you. They and see, it's kind of harder typically when you on the same angle with your team. It's harder to get value with your Bob too. I think.
I see. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of too early, I think.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also my tank is dead, so it's kind of not a good bob. Go back. I don't know why I stood still right there. You guys trying to let the Ana heal me.
And okay, or damage pushing in. Got one with dynamite. Yeah, I really like the left side, to be honest. If you're able to fight for it, it's just even
Hmm.
here. Maybe try to take soft angle. Just go right, left. Yes, this was always nice
Hmm.
here. Okay, this is
I
main
think
long range. Mm-hmm.
I think some maps are just it's so linear that to me it's not even a possibility in my brain when in actuality it is, you know? Like that upper left, like
Yeah,
that early high ground that you talked about on
yeah.
second point right now. To me, I'm just thinking, oh, I just got to peek for main because there's no angles, but It's just this map in particular. Maybe some maps in particular where I'm like, I just have to play main. You know, there's nothing I could do.
Sometimes here,
But
sometimes here. But
okay,
this is
sometimes.
importance of searching for opportunity to go
Ah,
somewhere
okay.
anyway. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we
That makes
yeah. What
sense.
about this one? Where could you go right away?
This one here, I could go to the right side. Yeah, it's play far right because there's no. I
No.
mean,
Yeah, at least open up from
mhm,
here this way, so you have the
mhm,
sharper angle on this. Because from here, that's why you're not able to see. You're kind of waiting for someone to peek and trying to dynamite. But what if we just do this and you have an easy dynamite on this Ashe if you want to pre-fire
mhm.
dynamite, and then later you can also maybe try to move on up the stairs. Well, you want to be careful because you will be kind of isolated in this also. Yeah, I think this side is definitely more uncomfortable. But starting with this wall, I think it's reasonable. You can go here, and then later maybe rotate. If your team is really hard pushing, then do this. But other, yeah, other than that, I think the wall starter is decent.
See, these are things that I don't think about simply because I almost always just have the like preset in my brain that I'm playing against dive when I I should be thinking about the comp, you know? The enemy composition. Just say to myself, they're very slow, you know, I can move
Yeah, they're pretty
around a lot.
slow, and you actually
It's like
want them to separate. You want to try to make them separate, chase you, because if the Rhine
mhm,
chases you, then they're not getting shielded. The enemy composition, they really have an advantage if they can play stacked. If they're not able to play stacked because you split them, then
mm.
this is a good thing. You're playing versus
Like their composition, you saying?
yeah, their composition, they want to play more stacked together
Mhm,
because they have Symmetra short range, Juno short range, a lot of things like ring. The ring is allowing them to also take advantage of that, kind of play more closer together. The Rhine
mhm,
shield as well, the Rhine itself. Of course, it's not like they cannot take angles. In reality, everyone takes the angle, but it's just the direction with this composition is it's less angle oriented on their side. They're pretty
mm,
slow, like you mentioned. There's almost no mobility, except for TP. Maybe sometimes they can just TP, but it's not as risky compared to frequent dives where they always go on you 24/7 one dive, then later another one, then another one. You have to constantly poke them out. Yeah.
mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah. Did you have something like that in the notes already? It's something that I think I want to remember. Just the
If you want, I
I don't
can
want to
put it
like
in
change your notes
notes.
or anything, but
Yeah, I can put it on the notes. It's just.
just like like the slow comp, you know, you can take sharper angles, you know, because I think
Mm-hmm.
or just to think about the enemy comp more, because I'm being honest with you, I really don't. The only thing that I ever think about is, oh, there's a Doomfist Genji or there's a Ball Sombra. Like I gotta be, you know, like more careful, like less
Mm-hmm.
sharp. But I don't ever think more sharp if if they're very slow. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just something I should be doing by default, but I just don't do it.
That's okay. It's
Honestly.
just the matchup. Yeah, you need to understand the direction of the comp, but what they have, what can really punish you, and play accordingly. Accordingly. So we mentioned about divers. Yeah, well, we could
Mhm.
put it right now, right? With divers, what was that about for us? What we had to do with our position, the damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was that about? What are the
So with
main
the
things?
divers, you could poke them away, just do some damage to them
Mm-hmm.
while they're, you know, like before they push you, and then you got to keep track of them at all times, just know where they're at.
Let's maybe do
Um,
dive versus brawl comp. Yeah, let's do it this way. Just one
okay,
one point at a
yeah,
time. Yeah. So poke divers, right? Poke divers before the fight. Poke damage. Uh,
mm-hmm.
what about brawl comp? What do you got to do versus them?
You got to take sharp angles, I would say.
Do you let's just do the
Crossfire.
same point. Poke damage. Is it the same thing? Do you want to poke them as well actively before they
Yeah,
get on top of
yeah,
you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
I would
similar.
say yeah.
This idea is similar. This idea is similar to dive. You're gonna be using more open space. You need to
Okay,
create crossfire as well. Yeah, same stuff as with dive. Okay. Now
okay.
angle wise versus dive and brawl. What's the difference?
Angle wise, with versus dive, you can take softer
Mm-hmm.
angles. Um, play one coach gun away, like we kind of talked about, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, and then maybe the brawl, we can take the sharper angles,
Mm-hmm.
especially early,
Yep.
like if we know that they're
Yeah.
bedroom.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the main difference. Versus Brawl, you take in sharper angles, and Bob is still enabling you to go even more aggressive. You can take even
Oh, that's
deeper
true.
angles
Okay.
sometimes, but the same thing
Yeah.
is with the dive too, in my opinion. Yeah, so there's the only difference with this. And about understanding, can I be punished? Well, yeah, it's similar to dive, I think. It's just cooldowns, range, yeah, track threats. If you know there's a short range brawler, which I think, yeah, in a lot of cases you might die because
Hmm.
if the run is really close, you don't have cooldowns, might be scary. But versus dive, it's the same. It's the same thing. If they
I hear
have
you.
cooldowns and decent range, just get in your face, then it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's only
Hmm.
main difference is angles. You gotta versus
Okay.
brawl you can surround, versus dive you cannot do that as much usually.
I hear you. So what the first part is different? How is the first part different again? Is it
The first part is taking sharp angles.
or
Versus
it's the same actually? Because or you said because the first part we
Mhm.
talked about before the angles, like brawl versus dive, we said it was similar. So what was that?
Oh,
The crossfire, right?
sorry, yeah. The similar is poke damage. So we're trying to do as much poke
Okay.
damage as possible by taking open space, trying to create crossfire. And another thing is, can I be punished? Yeah, cooldowns,
Mm,
range, watch out for that, and track threats. It's similar. Uh,
okay. Got it.
what
Got
is
it.
different is only taking angles wise. Yeah,
I hear
does it
you.
make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's poke damage no matter what. Like no matter who you're playing, you need to get that
Mm-hmm.
early poke, and then when it's time to take an angle, now you need to think about the brawl versus dive. You know, if
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's brawl, you can kind of wrap around more. If it's dive, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I would just do this for now, and this is how you can think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even because we're just trying to play around strats, yeah. You're just trying to make sure that you do more damage, you don't die. Well, you could simplify. I don't know. However you like it. We've been saying using terms dive, brawl. Well, if you're fine with that term, well, let's keep it going. Just if there's a dive strat, that's how you playing versus them. If there's a brawl strat, yeah, there's only way. Again, the only way they win against your comp. Mainly, I think they should get on top of you. Again, more short range rushers. So there's something you want to keep
Mm-hmm.
an eye on. Yeah, the brawl team. There's one more composition. It's when they have a poke team. Yeah, when there's a long distance, this is the only way to win. Yeah, a lot of long range pressure, maybe double
Mm-hmm.
snipers, SIGs, and but this is different and it's pretty uncommon too. This is more situational. I think in the current state of Overwatch, you don't see as many poke compositions, but
Mm.
yeah, this also might be
Okay.
happening. Yeah. Well, if
I
you
think
want,
maybe
if you're gonna be struggling versus this matchup, we can also go with that one. But yeah,
the poke.
yeah.
Okay.
The poke, again, it's simplification. This kind of
Mhm.
triangle of brawl dive compositions, but this is how I would look at it. It's to not overcomplicate. This makes it so much easier to understand. What do you do on the map?
Just kind of like fast and slow, like fast comp, like kind of the dive, and then slower, like the brawl or the poke. Maybe I can be a little bit.
Well, it just depends on what you put into that. Like fast, slow.
Mm.
Because yes and no. It's just depending on how I understand it. I put into the fast and slow. It's
Mm-hmm.
mm, if we're talking about speed, then sure, it's just the general tempo, the general
Maybe
speed of
just
the
think about
comp.
the heroes.
Hmm?
Like I said, maybe just think about the heroes. Like because I'll be honest, yeah, I'm not like really high elo, so like an expert in the like the way that the comps like interact. I know that's why you're helping me.
Hmm.
But I'm trying to find a way to just kind of like conceptualize it in my mind.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if
You think
mm-hmm.
about the characters. Yeah, you think about the characters and look at what is providing the biggest threat in the current moment. Yeah, this is what we've been talking
Okay.
about. Yeah, playing versus big, let's just say big threats. Yeah, this big whatever comp they are
Mm,
comp provide. We can talk about that more later, just in case, maybe more in
okay.
depth about different matchups too. But for now, this is a
Yeah.
good start. Yeah, you Saga versus Dive. You have covered the Dive versus Brawl. Well, we covered this a little bit too, but
Mhm.
yeah.
No, I think overall it's been very helpful. It's gonna help me I think not to be punished so much when I'm using the coach gun to get to an angle. Um, because there's a lot more I'm thinking about now with the tracking, the dive characters, and then just really trying to think about how sharp of an angle I can take,
Hmm.
leaning more into the bob on the sharp angles. So I'm definitely going to go through all that. I have some notes here, and then I think the summary
Nice.
that you have is always very useful for me. But I really appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah. And if there gonna be any questions, let me know. I think it is not
Hmm.
easy topic, but again, we try to simplify. Yeah, we have a lot
Hmm.
of good points there. What we could be doing more, especially with soft angle, and I think one more niche one, but really important versus dive. How you use bob? Yeah, you can abuse the isolated angles more, but
Hmm.
watch out. Yeah, just try to start. I would just start with tracking threats. Maybe I think it's gonna be even
Okay.
easier. Track threats, okay, and then position based on that. It makes it
Okay.
so much easier to yeah, we can talk about
Yeah.
that
No, for
more
sure.
as well, like the tracking, the cooldowns. But for now, I think this is gonna be good enough. Any final
Pretty much
questions?
there. So that I guess maybe just the crossfire. That's it. It really is just from two different positions, pretty much, right? Like my team's shooting from one position, I'm shooting
Mhm.
from another. That's basically sums it up, right?
Yeah, you can summarize it this way. I think it's just you trying to. Well, there are some other points like trying to also push the same space too. Yeah, you gotta understand. If I'm a different position, then you have to shoot the same space. You have to control
Mhm.
the same space. Otherwise, crossfire will not work. Yeah, if I'm making somebody
Mm.
hide, for example, somebody shooting here, they hide here. Yeah, if I'm there, I'm not creating crossfire on that same space. Yeah, I have to be maybe if I'm Venture or Kiriko to take crossfire this way. If I'm pushing someone out of this space, when my team, the rest of them are here. So that's the only thing. Yeah,
There you go.
create crossfire in the same position. Yeah, on the
So
same.
just like being able to shoot them when they're behind cover because they're hiding from another like source of pressure, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. Any
Okay.
other
Yeah.
questions?
I think that sums it up. I think I got everything pretty clear. I'm gonna start with just tracking the dive targets and thinking more about enemy